Hello everyone, my name is Joelle and welcome to this short self-massage sequence using a foam roller. So I really like the foam roller that I'm using because it's actually two rollers in one, as you can see, which allows me to mix up how intense of an experience I want to have. And I will put a link down below in the description box if you'd like to get the same one I have. So we're going to be working from head to toe today. And we can start by placing the roller underneath the neck, lying on our backs. And we're just going to turn the head from left to right here. Just go at your own pace, just enjoy this one. I really love this one. I always say that foam rolling is the good kind of pain, so already you might be feeling something intense or even some discomfort, and that's okay, but we should never force into pain. So listen to your body today and do go at your own pace. And now we can move on to the shoulders and lats. So we're going to roll to the right side. Place the roller underneath, kind of underneath the right armpit, kind of wiggle it in there. And then we'll extend the right arm out at a diagonal, and you're just going to rotate the upper body towards the ceiling and then forwards again. And again, this might be quite intense. You might have to shift around a little bit to get at a really yummy spot. And then we can try the same thing on the left side. So wiggling the roller around until you feel like you're in the right spot, and then just opening and closing the upper body here. So studies have shown that rolling out your muscles does decrease tissue tension, and it can even help improve our range of motion. It's never a bad idea to roll out muscles before or after a workout. And now we can place the roller behind the upper back, interlace the fingers behind the head, and we're just gonna kind of use our feet to roll us forwards and back. So we're just going from about the middle of the back up towards the bottom of the neck. So just opening up through the thoracic spine here. Enjoying the stretch. You can also just use a foam roller kind of as a cheaper version of a soft tissue massage on a daily basis to reduce stiffness or soreness or help with increasing blood flow to certain areas of the body. And now we can shift up, and we're going to move the roller underneath our glutes now, so underneath both glutes to start out. And then we're going to cross the right ankle on top of the left knee, kind of in a pigeon pose, and we'll shift over to the right. So now we're just rolling out our right glute, and you can see by my face that this is a particularly intense one for me. It's amazing how we can get to know our own bodies with little motions like this. And if you find a particularly juicy spot, you might hold it and just breathe deeply, or you might try tilting side to side like I am here. So we're just spending 30 to 40 seconds on each area. That's usually enough just to get a little bit of a wake up to that area of the body. And we can switch sides, so we're shifting over to rest our left glute now onto the roller, bringing our left ankle over our right knee. And again, just rolling up and down, just a couple of inches here. It doesn't usually take very much to find an area that hurts so good, as you might say. And once you've got it, you might hold in place, or you might tilt a little bit side to side. I find that the more I foam roll, the more I kind of get familiar with what feels best to me, whether that's different areas where I want to spend a little bit more time, or different moves, or some places where I just kind of want to stay in place and hold it there. And the most important thing is always to breathe. So let's move on now, and we're going to do our hamstrings. So we can place the roller beneath both hamstrings, and we're going to roll from pretty much from behind the knee back up towards the glutes. So you control how fast you go, how far up and down you go. And that might be enough for you right there. Or if you'd like a little bit more, you could cross the left leg over the right and just roll out the right hamstring. Again, this one always gets me. I often find a surprising amount of tension behind the knee too, so always just interesting to notice, where is our body storing tension? Where are we tight? And see if after a week or two of regular foam rolling, if anything has changed. And now I'm actually going to switch out to that gentler, softer foam roller for this next one. We're going to roll out our IT bands. So either stacking one leg on top of the other, or maybe bringing our left foot in front of the body for support. And we're going to roll the outside of the hip. So pretty much from the hip down towards the knee. And this is intense. You won't find too many people who don't find this one intense. So definitely go at your own pace here. Feel free to hold in place. And that's enough of that. And now I'm just going to switch over to the firmer foam roller, and we're going to do the right quad. So we did the back of the right leg, the side of the right leg, and now the front of the right leg. And again, we're just moving kind of from the front of the hip down towards the knee. And one thing I like to do here, if I find a juicy spot, is hold in place and just bend and extend through that right knee. And that tends to intensify it even a little bit more, but it just helps just kind of speed up the breaking up of any blockages. Great job. And last little thing on this right leg, we're going to do the adductors. So there's no better way to say this. We're going to straddle our foam roller, kind of place it underneath the inside of that right thigh. And again, roll from hip towards knee. You'll be able to probably see this a little bit better once we get to the other side. But chances are you've figured it out on your own, because this is another one that tends to be very intense for many of us. Beautiful. So now we can repeat that all with the left leg. So starting with the hamstring, placing the roller underneath the back of the thigh, maybe crossing the right leg over the left, and rolling from the back of the knee back up towards the glutes. And just enjoying this, taking some appreciation for taking this time out of our day to make ourselves feel better. Foam rolling is most effective when it's done on a consistent basis. And if we move on to that IT stretch, I'm again going to substitute the gentler roller here. And you could place that right foot in front of the body as you move up and down the side of the thigh. There's actually a little bit of controversy on whether it's a good idea to roll out your IT band. Some people say that maybe it's not so good. Some people say that you should definitely do it several times a day. I tend to fall somewhere in the middle, where I just encourage everyone to do whatever feels good. So if this is kind of the good kind of intensity, then I would encourage you to do it more regularly. That's what I do. If it doesn't feel quite right, maybe skip it and spend a little bit more time on a different part of the body. Like, for instance, your left quadricep, which we're just moving into now. And when it comes to the quads, you could really go all the way up into the hip flexor, just looking for those areas of tightness or intensity. And again, you could hold in place here. You might bend and extend the left leg like we did on the other side. And then we can move into our adductors. And here that's probably a better angle than it was on the other side. So again, we're just moving up and down the inside of the thigh from hip to knee, and finding those areas that feel best for us for today. And as some of you might know, I do have 10-minute videos on pretty much all of these areas that we're working on today. So upper back, neck, adductors, IT band, calves. So if you do find particular tightness or soreness in one area, as we move into our calves now with the roller underneath both calves, rolling up and down here. And if there is an area of the body that you'd like to work on a little bit more with different stretches and exercises, I will link all of those down below. And I also encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you're not already for future sequences. Let me know if I'm missing any. I'd be happy to make a video about it. And just like with the hamstrings, you might cross one leg over the other. So if you cross your left leg over the right here and just roll up and down that right calf. And one thing I like to do here is roll out the ankle. So hold on a juicy spot. You can also tilt side to side here. Just allowing the roller to really kind of get in there, get between the muscles, and then we can do the other side. So right leg crosses over left. We're just going to roll out the left calf here. And maybe doing those side to side tilts. Maybe holding in place so we can take those ankle circles in both directions. I really hope that you feel as good as I did after doing this sequence. Foam rolling is terrific. Can even help with getting a better night's sleep if you do this right before getting into bed, just decreasing stress and tension. And to close out here, I'd invite you to leave the foam roller underneath the knees and just lower down onto your back here for a few moments of silence with the eyes closed, noticing your breath. I hope that if you enjoyed this sequence, you will hit that like button. That always makes me happy to see. 2 free videos every week, so do make sure to subscribe. And thank you for practicing with me today. Well done, and namaste.